For as long as video games have existed, gamers have found community in the hobby we share. And those communities didn't just form around the games. Fans have also become obsessed with the characters themselves, sometimes to frightening degrees. Whether by cosplaying or creating a custom character, there are plenty of ways for gamers to express themselves. Unfortunately, due to the limitations of character creators and local craft stores, finding a character that not only looks like you, but also matches your voice and personality is damn near impossible.
Jiggle peek.
Watch this!
However, it's not completely impossible. You see, through the miracle of the stars aligning, there is a young woman who ended up being the embodiment of the character she was hired to play. Meet Shannon Williams, the ex-K-pop star turned Twitch content creator who serendipitously became the voice, face, and personality of Valorant's most popular character.
One enemy remaining.
Okay. Is this my ace? Is this gonna be my ace?
Let's
go! Bitch!
So, how did an Instagram DM take Shannon from singing to headlining Valorant? How did she build an entire community out of just one voice role? And who really came first, Shannon Williams or Jett?
I would make fun of their dumb faces, but they're us. They look stupid.
Oh my gosh, shut the f up. I swear to God, my voice is so annoying.
But before we get into the amazing story of Shannon Williams, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the sponsor for this video, Opera GX. Opera GX is the browser custom built for gamers, with handy features like Twitch and Discord integration, resource limiters, and even a video game deals aggregator to save you money. Opera GX is insanely customizable. It's got tons of color schemes to match your setup and downloadable wallpapers too, but most importantly, it features a shit ton of extensions so you can make your browser do anything. Do you need to take screenshots of specific frames of YouTube videos because you're making a don't at me thumbnail? Probably not, because you don't work at theScore esports, but trust me, that is an incredible feature. Do you want to block crypto miners from jacking your PC for their nefarious ends? Do you miss the T-Rex game, the only good thing about Chrome? Do you want an extension that automatically collects your channel points on Twitch without you having to click anything? Opera GX extensions have you covered. There's even an extension that redirects you away from all rickrolls, in case you're trapped in 2008 and desperately need to save yourself. So go check out Opera GX today using the link in the description box below. It's the browser that's custom built for gamers, but you can also custom build it for you. So at first glance, Shannon Williams seems like the most stereotypical Twitch streamer in the world. She loves anime, dogs, has pastel colored hair, and plays Valorant. But before she was grinding through the ranks, blowing up on Twitch and doing IRL cloud bursts, Shannon had a very, very different lifestyle. Born in England in 1998, most of Shannon's spare time as a kid wasn't spent gaming. In fact, her life was dedicated to more classy pursuits.
The other hobbies I had when I was a kid was like ballet, learning the violin, and then the piano. But gaming was something that was a small thing that I would have not a lot of time for. And then due to my mom also being like, you can't game too much, it's bad for you.
Shannon really connected with music, leading her down a path of pursuing singing, musical theatre, and eventually K-pop as a career. Shannon is actually half Korean and bilingual, which landed her on several South Korean singing shows until she was picked up by an agency and trained to be a member of a new in-development K-pop group, Five Dolls. Unfortunately, not everything was a dream come true for Shannon. You see, in case you didn't know, the world of K-pop can be pretty toxic. On top of some K-pop stans being, pardon my French, batshit crazy, the industry itself is absolutely ruthless and can really grind a person down.
One thing for sure was I felt like I lost a lot of passion For singing, K-pop is very cookie cutter, has to be very perfect, and the choice in what genre I wanted to sing, or like what album I wanted to do, or how many songs, like I had no creative control.
Shannon released 2 albums and multiple singles as she worked towards a solo career in singing and acting, but as time went on, she was growing increasingly disillusioned by her experiences in K-pop. So, towards the end of 2019, after 10 years of being in the industry, Shannon's contract with her Korean agency finally ended, and she went back home to England for some much needed rest. Or so she thought, until an Instagram DM took her on a journey she never expected.
Yeah, I just random Instagram DM saying, hey, saw you were back in London. We're actually holding auditions here in wherever studio, and right in the center of London. If you were interested, it's for a game, pretty big game company. Of course, never ever disclosed who or what it was. And I was intrigued because, you know, I have a special place in my heart for games. Because by that time, I was infatuated with Overwatch. I remember I was like so sweaty, grinding that game with all my friends back in Korea. The agent was talking about how it was an FPS game, like it's pretty competitive, and I was really intrigued, so I went in for the audition.
Then, after several auditions, Shannon finally got more information about what she was actually performing for, Project A. At this point, we all know Project A was gonna become Riot's next big hit, Valorant, but Shannon had no idea what she was getting into, or that the character she was reading for was going to become the de facto face of the game, Jett. Like Jett, Shannon was Korean too, but from the moment she got a hold of the character sheet, there were even more similarities, and it started to seem a bit eerie.
It was already weird, to be quite honest. It was already weird. Like, I already had like white bleached hair. My bangs were like already like overgrown to the side, had my hair up in a bun, real lazy, just went into the audition, and I'm like looking at this artwork and it looks just like me. It was really creepy, to be quite honest.
But even more uncanny than the similarities in their background, hairstyle, and other physical characteristics were their personal qualities. Jett was independent, confident, and free, the exact same traits that once helped Shannon navigate her perilous journey through the music industry. The difference was that Shannon never felt truly in control when making music, but in her Valorant auditions, she didn't just step into a role, she became Jett, and ended up shaping the character along the way.
There were, you know, bits and pieces that I felt like I could really connect to. This feeling of having this responsibility kind of on her shoulders, but kind of having to tough it out and put on this facade of like, I'm fine, you know, like I'm great, I'm badass. And I really vibed with that. And I feel like they kind of wanted her to be more timid, but due to my outlook on very sweaty FPS gaming, I kind of wanted to bring in this little bit of, not a nasty streak, but like a lot of cockiness. And it was just great that I was able to kind of breathe life into this character with my own interpretations and having that creative control. So I really wanted to voice her as soon as I did like the first audition.
Needless to say, Shannon got the part, and once the Valorant beta was released to the public, Jett quickly became a fan favorite. Not just for her cocky demeanor and shit-talking voice lines, but because, on the server, Jett was far and away the best agent in the game for those confident in their skill.
Clone killed.
Done.
Stay down.
I'm up. Done.
3.
One.
One enemy
One way?
remaining.
I got it. Done. Ooh.
Between her unique mobility, letting her abuse the op in ways no other agent could, and her character and design appealing to a huge demographic, Jett became something of a mascot for Valorant. Eventually, Shannon picked up the game herself. After all, since she was an actual character in Valorant, giving it a try felt like a no-brainer. And despite the growing pains that come with getting into tac shooters, Shannon enjoyed herself, thanks in part to the community, who quickly realized they were playing playing with the literal IRL Jett and welcomed her with open arms.
You sound exactly like Jett's voice actor.
Yeah?
Shannon Williams.
Uh-huh.
You sound exactly like her.
Yeah, wow. What a coincidence. My name's Shannon.
What the f?
Of course, there were still challenges. Twitch chat can be a veritable cesspool at times. Anyone trying to grow their stream by playing competitive shooters is gonna need thick skin. Luckily, our IRL Jett knew exactly how to handle it, and her natural ability to talk shit even got people on her side.
Who the f is saying this is fun? Is this fun to you? This is a fucking massacre! This is fun because you got crusty ass Kevin carrying your ass.
As Valorant quickly became the hottest game on Twitch, Shannon's stream also exploded in popularity, but she wasn't doing it for the clout. You see, Shannon already knew what it was like to be famous from her days in the Korean music industry, but Twitch allowed her to make a real connection with her fans for the first time.
I always wanted to stream and connect with my audience because due to reasons I wasn't actually allowed to do a lot of that during my K-pop career. It felt like I didn't have the opportunity to give back to the community that was so supportive during that. The timing was impeccable, to be quite honest.
But Shannon's popularity couldn't be boiled down to, oh look, IRL Jett. Sure, that novelty may have gotten people to watch a stream or two, but it was something else that got them to stick around. You see, despite being a Zoomer and dabbling in gaming before, Shannon was still a bit of an outsider. The closest she ever got to attack FPS was grinding Overwatch back in Korea with her friends, but Valorant is a completely different ballgame. This meant that the real draw of Shannon's stream was watching her learn everything about Valorant, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Be quiet, quiet. The wall's about to break.
All right,
just gonna
see?
drone here because I'm slowed.
All right, that's for you, Chad. That's for you.
Hello?
Whoa! Oh, Bucky! One more.
And on top of watching Shannon develop into a degenerate gamer like the rest of us, her audience also loved that she was already as cocky and audacious as Jett. So if she couldn't back up her game with cracked aim, she could at least do it with words.
Whore. Sorry. Get off my dick! What kind of question is, do you think you're bad at this game because you're a female? Get the f out of here, mate. That's hella small dick energy.
But perhaps one of the biggest draws to Shannon's stream is simple. She's an actress that worked on Valorant, has formed relationships with other voice actors, and will occasionally invite them onto her stream. And that is pure, uncut fan service. The casual Valorant community loves these characters. Giving fans a chance to hang out with them allowed Shannon and her colleagues to maintain a connection with the Valorant community that goes beyond just being a voice actor behind their favorites.
People want you to say Jett revive me, and I feel like that would be the nice ending note to this encounter.
Jett revive me!
And this really is the crux of Shannon's story. She's good at a lot of things: singing, gaming, and perhaps most importantly, marketing herself. Shannon could have easily just done her job and collected a paycheck, but she saw an opportunity to turn a voice acting gig into a following and community that she had been yearning for.
Jett, revive me. Jett, revive me. Oh my god, you're actually doing it.
Yes! I never saw it!
So the answer to who came first, Shannon or Jett, almost doesn't matter. Shannon intentionally blurred those lines to give everyone exactly what they wanted. Riot found the secret sauce with Valorant. The agents, their personalities, they built a fervor that goes beyond the confines of a video game. Titles like Apex Legends and Overwatch might have built dedicated fandoms, but Valorant took things to the next level. And although the relationship is definitely symbiotic, a lot of Valorant's success success off the server is exemplified by Shannon and what she's been able to accomplish. Now, all this isn't to say that Shannon is just some celebrity cashing in on parasocial relationships. As I said before, gamers do sometimes share similarities with K-pop stans. Collectively, we do suck sometimes. So Shannon being able to come in as an outsider and build a healthy community, even with Valorant being relatively inclusive compared to other games, is pretty impressive. More importantly, it's impossible to understate just how genuine of a person she is. Sure, she's self-confident, but why the hell shouldn't she be? Shannon's a singer, an actor, the voice behind one of the most popular characters in esports, and she's spent years of her life grinding to get to a point where she can have fans she really connects with. I think we can all agree that she's earned just a little cockiness.
You don't really come across a lot of characters that openly talk so much smack all the time, and I'm like, you know, it's nice to kind of be able to have this character be so aggressively cocky and so playful, but also has the means to back it up. I feel like that's the work ethic I've always had for me personally too, is like if I want to be able to talk shit or say something, you know, by all means, I have to have the credibility for it. I have to have that foundation for it, and that's why a lot of my personality definitely shines through Jett, and I feel like that's definitely something I'm very proud of.
Holy, I look like shit, but you know what? It's okay. I did 10 hours of Valorant yesterday after f***ing 6 hours of work, and I'm down to play more.
I originally wanted to do... Man, my dogs are a little needy. Okay, what is happening? Why are you all so quiet and then as soon as I start talking? I'm sorry, I don't know what's gone into them today.